what people want. We're not giving them what we think they need. We're giving them what they want. So remove what you think they need out of it and provide a program, craft a program that is tailored to them and their wants and their desires. Programs. Programs will either make or break your business. They will make or break your marketing. I've heard so many times that I hired this marketing agency, I tried running some ads, I did the webinars, I did all the things, and yet I didn't get anything from it. I hate to break it to you, but if that's the case, your programs probably suck. You can have people joining your world at lower quantities, at high quantities. They can come into your webinar, they can come do all the things, but if they're not interested in what you're selling, it's not the marketing agent's fault. It's not the ad fault. It's your business structure. Can we get real for a minute? Very few people want one-on-one. We've been trained to believe that that's the only way we can treat people. The best thing I've ever learned, as far as marketing is concerned, is that you need to give people what they want. Not what you think they need, but what they actually want. And there's a big difference. So one of the best ways to get out of the one-on-one grind is to create new programs. I was just on a call with our business bootcamp people on our implementation call, and creating programs was a big topic. So I wanted to come on and run a podcast episode with this because there was a practitioner who was brave enough to come on, walk us through one of her programs, and then have me upgrade it. I want to walk you through what that program looked like and what we turned it into, all in about 5 minutes on this call. So first thing, she came in, she said she's ran this program multiple times in the last year, so much so that she had 40 people go through it and had some great testimonials. So she's got the people saying yes and the numbers there. The price tag was around $1,500 for a 3-month program. That included 3 different one-on-one sessions with her for 45 minutes. It included a portal in which they had access to that taught them some things about gut and gut health. That was what the program was focusing on. It included a food sensitivity test, but no supplements at that point. She'd entered my world inside my 90-day blood work specialist program and got introduced to the impact supplements can make and how people want them, and how the right protocol supplements can be stellar. Even if it's a one-size-fits-all protocol, which kind of blows some of our minds again, those of us who want to personalize and muscle test everything, you can do that, but you can't scale that stuff. You can only work with somebody one-on-one for so long. And that's probably the hardest ticket to sell, if I'm honest. So she's got these components. Reiterating them again. 3 one-on-one 45-minute sessions, food sensitivity testing, and a portal that did some training about gut health. Okay. And she wanted to include supplements in it now. The price tag was $1,500. She had 40 people in. And I asked her, did you like the program? Yeah. I mean, it got some good results. I have some great testimonials from it. Do you like working with people one-on-one? Yeah, I tried cutting it down to 30-minute sessions and it didn't work, so we kept it at 45. Okay, so you like the one-on-one, you like to talk to people. Do you like what you see in your bank account? Pause. And the truth came out. No. How many of us listening to this like what we see in our bank account? I do. And I'm always welcome for more. But it hasn't always been that way. And I want to promote her and thank her for being so upfront and honest in this group of practitioners. Any Zoom call I ever host, especially live with a bunch of us there, because I love group stuff, it is a safe environment for anything. It is a safe environment to talk about business with practitioners. It is a safe environment to talk about health with patients. It's kind of like what stays in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, what happens on Zoom calls stays on Zoom calls. But I wanted to bring this example in because we took her program and we blocked it off into 2 sections, 2 separate programs, and we removed the portal. The reason why I removed the portal is because when people see a portal, unless it is marketed perfectly and you've dialed in that course to where people know exactly what they're going to get, what the results are, and how long it's going to take them, and a few other things, it's really difficult to sell something like that because all they see is work. You're telling me that I have to spend 2 hours in a portal learning about something? 2 hours is a long time. You better cut that 2 hours into 20 minutes. And whatever you're trying to teach in 2 hours, you better cut it into 20 minutes. Again, what people want. We're not giving them what we think they need. We're giving them what they want. So remove what you think they need out of it and provide a program, craft a program that is tailored to them and their wants and their desires. So we removed the portal. That left us with 3 one-on-one sessions, the food sensitivity test, and then I gave her a good outline for a fix my gut protocol. One size fits my gut protocol. Yes, I know some of that is blasphemy to you listening to this, but you would be shocked how many of us use it, and it works very well. It gets results. Is it going to get everybody better? No. That's not my job. My job is not to get everybody 100% better. My job is to get people better. Let me say that again. It is not my job to get everybody 100% better. That's practically impossible. It is my job to help them get better. Will they do that in 90 days? You bet they will. Will they do that in 30 days? To an extent. So reframe your mind around this one-on-one if you're going to get out of the one-on-one or use it but have other components to your business in which you can scale and you can help more people. And by the end of the year, you can actually love what you see in your bank account. It's okay. Money is a good thing. I love money. You should too. Money loves me. All right, so we took this program, we blocked out the portal, and we made the portal itself a $97 ticket as more of like a lead generator kind of thing. Now she's going to go back and rework it and rework the marketing components to it because we can't just say, oh, you're going to learn this and learn that and learn this and learn that. Nobody cares about learning that. They can Google it and learn it in 2 seconds. Why is that portal and access to your course unique? How long is it going to take me? Things like this. So that's a separate entity. And then we took her program that she liked. She just was way undercharging for it, and we needed to manipulate a few things, and that was included, otherwise known as the deliverables. And we chunked it up into a group program and then a one-on-one program. Now, the group program contained 1 Zoom call per month. Both of them contained the food sensitivity testing, and both of them contained the same protocol, 90 days of supplements kind of thing. The difference was the group program gets the group Zoom call once a month because they're more like DIYers. People like DIYing. And then another type of program is the one-on-one, where they get to include those 3 one-on-one sessions with her. We went from a $1,500 price tag, chopped it up into a $97 portal offer, and then we created a $1,800 to $2,500-ish group program. She's going to start at $1,800 as like a beta testing. Whenever I create programs, I want to at least profit 50%. Now, as I'm collaborating with people, and I've got 10% going to this person and 10% going to that person, and the supplements cost this, and the guide printed out costs this, like I take all that into consideration, and then I want to feed my own food, my own plate, and have more than enough, plus some for marketing and all the things. So it's a 50% margin for me, which is why I was kind of like, oh, $1,800 isn't quite enough because of the supplement cost and the cost of the food sensitivity testing. Now, remind you, she was charging $1,500 for all of it, minus the supplements, but the one-on-one included. So we reworked it, and now she can have 25 people in on that group program, or she can have, 250 people on it. It's just, she gets to impact more lives and actually enjoy what she sees in the bank account at the end of the year, or even heck, that month, that day, people join. So we crafted that program, and then we fine-tuned the one-on-one. So we took her one program and basically chopped it up into 3 different options. And the one-on-one program includes all the group stuff, in addition to the 3 45-minute individual consultations. I started off at $3,500, but then I had to readjust it because I wanted it, 1, to get the right people in it, and 2, for those people to actually show up and do the work. So we put it around a $4,500 price tag, which is pretty reasonable. And again, supplements are included. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, knowing that programs are so stinking important. They will make or break your business. And when you think about escaping the one-on-one, or if you love it and you want to keep doing some of it to an extent, you've got to create something else that serves a different population. Let me give you an example. I have a 3-year-old who chooses, I say, not to talk very well. She's getting a lot better. She's saying things like oops, and which is a new word for her. She's very limited on what she can say as far as words. She's starting to make a lot of sounds, but she's 3.5, so she's got that speech delay. And I could take her to a speech therapist, but I know there's more to it. When I met a fellow colleague who has a program for this, and she helps this exact individual, she does all the muscle testing in the one-on-one and told me what her price tag for it was. And I said, look, I am sure you are very, very good at what you do, but I'm not going to spend the time, a half hour on Zoom, even an hour on Zoom, once a month, twice a month. That's just not where I'm going to put my time. So if you could create for me something that you could just ship to my door, I'm game. She said, well, I muscle test everything, but I have this protocol that I really work off. It's on my foundational protocol. Why don't we use that? Use that foundational protocol and turn it into a group DIY program, or, a start and stop as a group cohort together. That's what I would want. I'll probably never show up with the Zoom calls if there are group Zoom calls, but that's just me. There are people like me that you can help, where time is of the essence, and I would rather just try to figure it out on my own with some extra bonus steps. People are doing that with supplements. They're going on to Amazon, or going and buying somebody's 30-day kit online because they want to DIY it. Serve that audience. Serve the audience that doesn't need the intensive one-on-one. Let me give you another example. I, too, did a Boost My Gut kind of 90-day program, but it was all DIY. And I launched it, and I just, threw out the idea, had a sales page that my assistant and I created. And the problem with the program were a couple of things. One, I entered the program creation mode of lack, in a state of lack, in a state of not an abundance. At the time, I had taken a few too many risks, and I needed some money. So I was like, okay, how can I bring something in that doesn't require my time, because I was sicker than sick with pregnancy. So I'm like, okay, DIY program. I have a lot of people asking me about, fix my gut and gut health and gut problems like IBS, IBD. You guys have heard the stories. So I created the program, and there were, let me just say, 3 problems with it. The first problem was I was trying, again, to come from a state of lack. I needed something. That's the first problem. Don't ever create in an I need moment. 2, I thought the more I added, the more I could charge because the more value was. So I added in the portal. That included a very simple 2-hour program where they could learn how to read their own blood work, learn how to read their own labs. 2 hours, that's all it takes. And then I added in the supplements and the protocol, and then I added in email support. And then I thought, let's charge like $1,800 for this. No, that's too high. So I went clear down to $950. Problem number 2, I included a portal. When people see work, they don't want to do it. They want the easy button. I added the portal thinking it was going to help me, price the program higher. 3, the program price tag. I gave it away at $950. Launched it out to all my social media, launched it out to my email list. 2 people joined. 2. That was it. So I learned some lessons that day. Those are the 3 lessons I learned. 1, I will price the program higher. 2, I will eliminate the portal. And 3, I'm going to come from it as a state of abundance, not lack. Even if I'm in a lack state, I need to put myself in the future, in my head, where it is abundance mentality. So as you go to create your programs, as you go to start marketing, you're here on this podcast to free up your time. You have the certifications, you have the degrees, you have the testimonials, you have the background. Now it's time for you to get your time back. It's time for you to actually go onto your bank account and love what you see. Creating programs are key. And that's a wrap.